property taxes may soon be increasing to pay for renovations at the Crosse Center.
Well, to prevent that from happening, Mayor Tim Cabot wants to increase the city's room tax by 50%. But some in the city are against an increase that big. News 8's Scott Behrens explains.
The room tax applies to hotel rooms in the city. The current tax is at 8%, but the mayor would like to increase it to 12%. If that happens, La Crosse would have the highest room tax in the state, and some critics argue that could hurt the city's tourism.
Obviously impacts, merchants, restaurants, every type of sales you can think of.
Visitors spend more than $250 million in La Crosse County every year, but the Convention and Visitors Bureau is worried an increased room tax could decrease visitor spending.
We want to make sure that this percentage, whatever he proposes, would not put us in a situation where it's making it harder to book business, bring conferences in, and so forth.
Because many visitors would be using the La Crosse Center, Mayor Tim Cabot thinks it makes sense for them to help pay for it.
You're having the users and the folks that are benefiting help contribute to the cost of building this very important project.
If the room tax doesn't increase, the city says it may have to raise property taxes.
We know that if we're going to borrow about $35 or $36 million over 20 years, the annual debt payment on that is $2.7 million. And that would cause if we just did that all on City of La Crosse taxpayers, that would cause our property tax rate to go from $12.04 to $12.72, which is a big increase, which that really has me concerned.
If the room tax increased to 12%, the city says property taxes would only increase from $12.04 to $12.28 per $1,000 of assessed value.
That would generate about $1.3 million a year, which would reduce our debt payment then from 2.7 down to 1.2, 1.3, somewhere in that range, which would help keep our property tax rate more level.
And even though the mayor and the Convention and Visitors Bureau disagree, they're both willing to compromise.
I don't want to set up a big battle, and make this negative. I want to try to come together in a consensus.
We're looking forward to having conversations with the mayor and the city and finding the number or the percentage that is right for La Crosse at this time.
The city is also looking at other ways to pay for the La Crosse Center renovations. They're considering a ticket surcharge, tax increment financing, working with the county, and even working with private donors.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Also, the city says the La Crosse Center currently does bring in about $38 million to our community.
And once the renovations are complete, they estimate it will bring in an additional $8 to $9 million.